How many times have you heard about starting or moving your company to another state to get cheaper insurance? We hear about it every single day. And after doing this for 7 years, I've still never seen anyone do it properly. They all mess up on something because there's a lot that goes into this. I'm gonna break this down for y'all. If you really wanna switch states or start in a new state, you can do it without royally screwing yourself and getting shut down by the FMCSA, or getting blacklisted by all the insurance companies, or getting all the way to registering your truck and finding out you can't. Is it possible? Absolutely. Is it something you actually want to do? Well, let's find out. The idea of switching states used to be quite easy to do because there was little to no verification being done by any authorities. So whether you were doing it properly or not, no one really knew any different. However, that has all changed drastically this year. Why, you might ask? Fraud. Just a shitload of fraud that has been doubling down year over year to the tune of billions of dollars annually. First, the FMCSA introduced biometric identity verification for new applicants. You gotta scan your face through an app, which will also roll out to existing companies as well when biennial updates have to be completed. Also, insurance companies like Progressive have started digging into address verification. They hired a ton of underwriters this year to start reviewing red flags around garaging addresses. I'll talk more about the red flags later, but these underwriters are doing all kinds of things like using Google Maps Street View to make sure your truck can fit where you say it's parking, looking up landlords and even calling them to validate parking agreements. It's getting pretty nuts, but they're doing it because there's just too much fraud. All right, so let's dive in. We have to break down your different address types. There are requirements that you desperately need to know about for each type. We're gonna start with your principal place of business. The FMCSA requires this to be a physical location where you keep your physical compliance and safety documents. I keep saying physical as in not a damn virtual address or a PO box, all right? Those are a no-go. Maybe you've heard of people doing that. That's cute, that's great, good for them. For now, yeah, don't do that. That's a terrible idea. Now, this can be your home or a small office you rent, wherever it is, it just needs to be somewhere where an auditor from the FMCSA can come meet with you, whether you want them to or not, and go through all your files. Again, whether you want them to or not, they're going to do that eventually. The second address we're going to cover is your mailing address. This one is simple. It's just wherever you want to receive mail. It does need to be an actual location where you can receive mail because the FMCSA only sends letters through the postal service. This is one that can be a virtual address. If you are going to use one of those, make sure they scan your mail in and email it to you. That's kind of a nice little value add service that some of them do. Go with one of those. It's actually not a bad idea if you're on the road all the time. On to the third address. The home address of the financially responsible party. Wait, what's a financially responsible party? Well, that's the CEO or the president or whoever is in charge of making the business decisions. The home address should match what is on your driver's license. Insurance companies need this to pull a credit profile. It needs to match, otherwise they can't get it, and your premium rates are heavily dependent on your credit profile. Not exactly your credit score, but let's just say it's safe to say that the higher the score, the lower the premiums will be. If the insurance company does not find a credit match, the rate will normally be much, much higher. Unless your credit is straight trash, then it might actually be better, but I highly doubt it. And side note, when you get a quote, the insurance company will pull your credit bureau or credit report from one of the 3 bureaus, kind of randomly. Your report is then held open for 60 days. If your credit score improves after getting that first quote, you should wait for the report to expire before running new quotes. Getting quotes from different agents does not change the expiration date. All right, once it's open for one agent, it's open for all of them, same report for the 60-day period. And lastly, we will cover the garaging address. This is where you park your truck. Every insurance company uses zip codes as a basis for rating policies. Some zip codes correlate with higher accidents, theft, vandalism, storm damage, and so on, which means that rates can be higher or lower depending on which zip code you park your truck in. Now the wheels are spinning. This is where the idea of switching states for lower rates comes from. Now that I really have your attention, let's talk about red flags. We mentioned this earlier. If the state is not the same for all 4 of these addresses, you are instantly a giant red flag to underwriters at insurance companies, your factoring company that you're applying to, brokers, shippers, FMCSA auditors. Everyone will be thinking, what the hell is this guy trying to do? Now, There are plenty of legitimate companies that have multi-state offices and yards where they park their trucks for their operations. But there aren't many at all that are brand new or just starting out, all right? Those are often more established, larger fleets. There are lots of challenges if you want to move or start in a different state. If you want insurance in another state, you need to be able to prove you have a location to park, or else you'll be getting one of these nasty boys in the mail right after you make your down payment, which, by the way, you won't get back if you can't provide the necessary proof that they asked for, which they can also be kind of subjective about too. It's kind of ugly. Another issue people run into, normally after sinking thousands of dollars into attempting to do all of this, is getting your truck registered or applying for your IRP account. You need multiple residency docs, like mortgage and utility bills, in your name to set all this up. This is where people get stuck and have to undo everything, leading to a lot of wasted time and money. Look, this can be a lot, and this is where we come in. At LogRock, we can help you navigate all the red tape to make sure you are set up for success and get the cheapest insurance possible, not only right now, but in the future as well. We're a partner in your business. Give us a call or click the link below in the description to get a quote. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for our next video. Thank you for watching, and stay safe out there.